Okay, so what you're beginning to notice is the fractal pattern. And what it's the fractal pattern of the material construct. But built within this fractal pattern of the material construct is the spirit seal of the free will equation. Okay? And what this is doing is that it's unifying, as I said, the two dominions between the material world and the spiritual world. It's put in place right now, and it's already fulfilling a job that most of you are unaware of. And it's doing that out of the wisdom of the Creator. This seal is already there, upholding a decree and a law that's been given to you as your dominion over earth, which means none of these beings, no matter how smart, how intelligent, how high and mighty they get, they're never going to be able to override your free will or completely take over our world until we let them do it, until we want them to do it, because that would be our will. But in the wisdom of the Father, He knows that yet you're unaware of this. You don't know that because you're spiritually immature and your knowledge is immature. If eternity is infinite, well, you yourself have only experienced a very small infinitesimal portion of it, which means now your experiences are directly related to that small infinitesimal portion of it. You've got limited experience. So because we have limited experience and due to deception, we have limited spiritual knowledge through and due to the actions of deceivers from the days of the Garden of Eden. Now we're super spiritually immature. At the same time we're spiritually immature, we've become materially knowledgeable, but the material knowledge is a retardation of the material knowledge. So at the same time, here's our state: spiritually immature, materially retarded. Wow. And that's why they treat us in such fashion as cattle or the herd or the sheep, because that's literally how they see us. They see us that we are dumb, that they themselves have found a way to lead us where they want us to go. Okay? And most of us, or most of the population, not us, but most of the population, have been led away from their true power, which is the Spirit of Truth. So, in short, what we're going to talk about is that this is talking about the material echo, the fractal pattern of the material equation, from micro to macro, from an atom and the small particle to the macro eventuation of an atom, a man himself. We're going to find out that it's the same fractal pattern of energy association as it applies itself to matter. So as this pattern begins to reveal the material construct, within the material construct is built, as I said, the spiritual seal, which blocks and upholds the free will equation. In other words, our dominion, our control over these terrestrial energy constructs. So keep following me here for a minute. So if we're spiritually immature at this point, and then we're materially retarded in our knowledge, then that means that Christ has done the next best thing. He knows that the deceiver has come early and has, taken away the seeds of truth and in place sown the seeds of deception. He knows that we're, in a sense, on a raft of free will, but yet we're floating on a river that's flowing in one direction that's out of our control. So we're living and suspended on a predetermined condition of rebellion. But within this, we're on a raft floating in a sense of free will. Okay, so you can still have the power to choose regardless of the predeterminate condition or the flow of the conditional environment of reality. So what the Father's done is the next best thing. Jesus Christ says after He's perished, after He died His physical life, that His Spirit will be poured out upon all flesh. Guess what? Jesus Christ is eternal. He's infinite. He's not limited by His experiences. So He says, check it out. If you're limited by deception and you don't have a lot of knowledge, the knowledge you've been given is under deception, guess what? I'll give you my Spirit of truth. All you got to do is believe in me, and now you'll move mountains, which is the material world. You'll move the material construct not by the knowledge of the material construct, but by your knowledge to overcome the spiritual material construct. And that is using your spiritual free will equation, which already gives you dominion over this knowledge, whether you know about its intricities or not, due to the pouring out of the Spirit of Truth. I'll be back.